There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought, it's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA, stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam, what? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
And a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Tuesday, June 17th. Get ready for our sports betting day, including NHL action tonight, game number 5 between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers is our featured game today, but there's plenty of other action, including a Major League Baseball card, huge WNBA slate. We get down to the final day of the Commissioner's Cup. There's also some college baseball, and should be a pretty good show. Let's say hello to the folks in the chat as we get rolling here. Busy show. We won't fool around here today after last night's big game. Hopefully you had a chance to join us in conjunction with Razor Sharp Picks for our simulcast on the 2 channels as we were here with the game last night between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. I had it wrong. I said take the Pacers. It was Oklahoma City winning it 120-109 to take a 3-2 lead in the NBA Finals. The Thunder led by 14 points at halftime. Pacers got within 2 points in the second half, but you can't do it when your top player is basically non-existent in the scoring department with Halliburton. That ankle injury, whatever it is going on, it made him, pretty much useless on offense. Jalen Williams had 40 points, SGA 31 points. It was the 10th time this season those two have combined for over 70 points. Game 6 will be Thursday night. In the previous 31 finals that the series was tied 2-1. The team that won Game 5 has won 23 of 31 of those series. So will the Thunder go on to win the NBA Finals after that? Let's see what everyone in the chat has to think. Cash Kane is here today. Good morning. Thank you. Nuke Worker here. He's ready to start it. Get some cash today. Robert McCormick is here. Good morning. There's Andrew K in the chat. Jerry Jones is here. Says Indiana now 0-2 versus the spread. Going to be 0-3 and the Thunder 4-2. Nuke Worker, thank you, sir. Like this video. Subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Toucans running deep today. He wants to tell you about a little bit of basketball here with Zalgiris today. Thank you, Toucan. So he's looking to do a little Lithuanian basketball. How about that on the Morning Steam Show? Appreciate that. And JM is here today. Good to have JM here with joining us. Chill Will here as well. He says this one's going to go to Game 7 in Loud City. All right. And let's review some other action here. So, hey, I did have my top play over there at Tony's Picks yesterday on the over in the game between Indiana and Oklahoma City. So I did come out on top in that one. But if you saw me over there on the Cover the Spread show, I said still take the Pacers plus those points. I just can't see this being a blowout game by the Oklahoma City Thunder, but it was, and they got that win and cover by 11 points in the game last night. All right, there was some Major League Baseball as well, and hey, we had a pretty good day in baseball here. We did have winners, including Philadelphia and Miami win on the show yesterday. Yeah, we had the under in that game between Philadelphia and Miami in Philly's 5-2 win over the Marlins. I also had my premium pick over at Tony's Picks on the Phillies in that game as they pulled away late for the 5-2 win. I had the winner here on the show yesterday with the Colorado Rockies. Now, I did say Palmquist. I was out there on some shows, and I said, hey, Palmquist can have his breakout start of the season. He looked pretty good for about 3.5 innings and then kind of fell apart a little bit in that game. But still, Colorado got the win, and we had them here yesterday on the show. Said take them on the run line. They got the 6-4 win. Colorado playing just a tad bit better here of late. Also, hopefully you saw me make the call there yesterday with the game between the Angels and the Yankees on the happy hour show that I'm on. I did say take the Angels yesterday in that game, but who saw 1-0 coming? They couldn't score the whole game, the Angels and the Yankees. It needed 11 innings before the Angels got a 1-0 victory in a bizarre game with Soriano and Schmidt pitching. 1-0 final. How about that? Hey, we did have the pick here on the show yesterday. Baltimore and Tampa Bay game to go under, and it did stay under in Tampa's 7-1 victory. And I had the winner over at Tony's Picks yesterday with my premium pick on the Tampa Bay Rays in that game. Blowout for Tampa Bay. Had the winner here on the show with Boston and Seattle game yesterday. Boston on the run line was our pick there in the game against Seattle, and they got the 2-0 victory behind Giolito. I did have a premium pick winner on the under in that game, my sports money premiums yesterday. Also, we had Atlanta here on the show on the run line at home against Houston. They were able to get the win 3-1. Yesterday, so Atlanta got that win. Man, I don't know if my voice is going to make it here for 15 games today. We'll try it though. College baseball, the winning continued as I had the winner here on the show yesterday with Murray State, right? We called it plus 4.5. Did they get a no-hit? Yeah, they did. How about Arkansas? With the no-hitter yesterday, we did have our premium pick with our sports money premiums on the under in that game yesterday. But also one game yet to be concluded, UCLA and LSU. That game will be resumed here in about 90 minutes, actually, as they get underway at the College World Series. That game was in a rain delay last night with UCLA trailing in that game to the Tigers. So we'll resume that today and see what happens there. All right, I think that's most of the recap there. We'll get the show going here today. And also another game today will be Oregon State versus Louisville. Soccer last night, action in the CONCACAF Gold Cup and also the FIFA Club World Cup yesterday. Have some more games in that competition here today. All right, and let's see what else we've got here. Good morning to Spoons in the chat. Thank you for joining us here on the show. And let's see here. Everybody liking that College World Series no-hitter. First no-hitter in 65 years. Wow. And Nuke says, yeah, they voided it because it didn't get completed there in 24 hours, I guess. So let me see what I got here with our community chat as we get going today. Jerry Jones on top, Nuke Worker there, Spoons in there, Chill Will, Andrew K, JM as well in there, and also Toucan, Cash Kane, and Robert McCormick on the community leaderboard. We'll review it at the end. All right. I guess that's it. I guess we'll start the show here. And we've got to start, man. We got 15 games. We got 6 in the WNBA. We got the NHL Finals, of course, ready to go off, and we'll find that baseball game as well. So let's get started with the NHL Finals tonight between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers here with, I guess, is it Skinner back in there tonight? Is that what they're saying here between the Oilers and the Panthers here? We can make sure, but could it be Skinner back in the lineup here tonight when the Oilers take on the Panthers? Panthers going to be favored here to win and maybe wrap this series, right now with the Panthers here $1.45 and the total 6.5 under 20. And we'll get the plays here going right now, but seem to be having a little bit of a delay here on my. Oh, okay, I remember. The odd service is down here for maybe a few minutes. They sent out a note, so there'll be no Steam plays in the background here apparently for at least the first part of the show here, as the line service. Hopefully, they're improving the line service. That's what we need. So, no Steam in the background, I guess here. Okay, we'll just have to cover it as best we can then. Here, well, we know the line here, right? At a dollar, I'm saying $1.55 right now. Yep. And the total here, 6.5 under 20. That looks good. That looks like the price. Okay. Here we go as Edmonton comes in, having just won 2 of their last 8 games against Florida overall. Florida's won 11 of 15 coming in, but hey, all that matters is last few games between these two teams right now. But still, for Edmonton here, they've won 14 of their last 19 games coming into this one. Florida holding this 3-2 lead, of course, here following the win 5-2 last game at Edmonton. So can close it out here tonight in game number 6. Look, Edmonton was able to come down here and get that incredible win 5-4, but then couldn't hold on with the home ice advantage. So 7 straight games in this series, talking about Edmonton and Florida, have gone over. Florida's gone over in 7 of their last 10 at home. Edmonton's gone over, obviously, in 6 straight now into this one. So these games just keep going over, and there's no end in sight, it feels like, between Edmonton and Florida here. So, look, I thought I could root on my Edmonton futures play home, but it just hasn't worked out here. So I don't really trust Edmonton to win this game. It's $1.55. I hate to have to lay such a price on the show, but hey, only do so many things here. So I think Florida closes it out here tonight. Let's go to the chat, though, and talk me down. I'm sure there is still going to be some support there for Edmonton, but let's see. All right, let's go to the chat here right now. And Nuke says, and even Nuke's not even sure right now of the goalie situation. And that's because they, basically have said, we're not revealing the information until later on. Maybe they're not even sure. It feels like. But the Edmonton coaching staff basically said we're, maybe not going to reveal who's in there today, but feels like it could be Skinner. All right, let's see here. Chill Will, I'm on the first period over 1.5. Good night, Munchies here. Says Panthers to finish this one off tonight. Cash Kane says the Oilers can force Game 7. Nuke can't pass on them as an underdog here. Chill Will going over again. Good night, Munchies says McDavid couldn't even make the varsity. Toucan says Panthers will win here tonight. Robert's going over again. Cash Kane says expect McDavid to try everything he can to try to extend this series to a 7th game. All right, fam. I'm going to go ahead and take Florida here in this game to win at $1.55 now. I don't know if there's getting any way around it. I don't know if that line's going to change now after going up here. Even the square books are even a little higher here. So $1.63 currently at Bovada. I got to look the lines up directly here with the line service down in the background. So. All right, I think that's it from the chat. I don't know what else they have for us here, but nonetheless, game 6 tonight. All right, let's move to the major leagues. So here, you guys know everything there is about hockey, and see if we can't pick some winners out of this group of games here today with the Phillies taking on the Marlins here to get us started in baseball. And the Phillies, a big $2 favorite here on the road against Miami. Pretty big number, but do have Jesus Luzardo, the former Marlin, on the mound. And this one going up against Quantrill, interestingly enough, here for Miami. Whoops, here we go. All right, let's take a look at these pitchers here for Luzardo. He's 6-2, coming in with a 4.23 earned run average, 1.4 WHIP, 277 batting average against, but a gaudy 376. BABIP coming into this one for the Marlins and Quantrill. He's 3-7 with a 5.61 ERA, but Luzardo's still pretty solid, man. 27.5% K rate for Quantrill here. The Marlins are actually 6-7 in his starts this season. He has a 1.5 WHIP and a 300 batting average against here. So, hey, you can check out more previews from me every day over on YouTube here on a show called Cover the Spread. Check me out every day. I have picks over there as well. But let's dive in here. Philadelphia, huge favorite, but man, yesterday they were able to pull away and get that 5-2 victory to extend their winning streak right now. Philadelphia pretty hot here. Rolling in here, ended Miami's 3-game winning streak with the win last night. So Philadelphia kind of putting it back together. The return of Harper coming soon, hopefully. And they've put it together here right now for a little bit of a winning streak all of a sudden, including yesterday's game. Miami comes into this one having still won 4 of their last 6 games overall. All right, here we go. So for the Phillies here right now, they have won the 5 straight games, as we mentioned. They've also gone 15-7, their last 22 on the road, although of late it has not been as good on the road. In fact, the win yesterday was their first in 5 games on the road, but they were enjoying that end of that homestand. Philadelphia's won 6 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone over. However, Miami's gone under in 5 of their last 6, and they've also gone under in 7 of their last 8 games at home. Let's go to the chat. Here in this one, Philadelphia on the road. You get a Miami team here, facing a left-hander. It hasn't been a disaster. They're pretty much a 50-50 proposition. I think they're 9-10 against left-handers here, it says. All right. Here's Cash Kane. He's on the Phillies in the first 5. Good night, Munchie likes the Marlins here on the money line. Robert McCormick says Phillies first five. Good morning to Sports Money. Great show we had last night with the game. And let's see here. Jerry says Edmonton's not very good. Chill Will says Miami's lost 5 straight at home. Well, it is a little bit tough to consider this big number here with Philly. Look, they're right now the better team than Miami for sure. I still like them, but that price is a little bit daunting at $1.95, and even the run line isn't the best, it feels like, but I think I'm going to be on Philadelphia in this game, and I'll just take them here on the run line. They were able to get that run line win yesterday. I'll try them here on the road at -1.5 at minus $1.10 or so. I'm still going to try Philadelphia in this game. All right, next up, the Pirates are on the road here against the Tigers, and we got another lopsided affair with the Tigers here at minus 200 or so. A little bit slow looking up these lines on, I've got multiple line services, so we can handle it. Maybe it's gone down here a little bit to $1.85 or so with Detroit, and the total, maybe 8/20. I'll call it 8. I'll call it 185. Try to give the Pirates a little bit of hope here with Falter on the mound in this one, going up against Casey Mize. Everybody's quick to criticize Mize that maybe he's a bit of an imposter. A lot of the talking heads kind of down on Mize here, despite his 2.95 earned run average, 254 BABIP. He's 6-2 overall, and the Tigers are 7-4 with Mize on the mound. The Tigers have lost 2 straight, and here as we start this series, they lost 2 of 3 at home too. Cincinnati. Pittsburgh, meanwhile, comes in here off of a series loss to the Cubs, where they dropped 3 of 4 games. Falter has a 3.36 ERA. Coming into this one, 1.12 whip, 223 batting average against, and a 241 BABIP. Here in this one, I would expect Mize probably to have a pretty good outing. I'm going to take another run line here against my better judgment, but getting a little bit of plus money. I'm going to take Detroit -1.5 at plus $1.10. Here in this one, maybe I can go to the chat and maybe you guys have talked me out of taking these run line favorites today. Nuke says it hasn't been good yesterday. What is, am I getting bit on my neck here? What's going on? Gorky's got some tennis here with Anisimova. He's also got Schneider here. I think those were a couple plays that I made as well. But not a great start to my tennis morning. So got a couple of matches on right now. Also, Morgan Kessler for Gorky. Here's Cash Kane, likes the under in this one between Pittsburgh and Detroit. Can't disagree with him there, I don't think. But I'll go ahead and take as my play here on the show the Detroit Tigers. The Rockies are going to take on the Nationals here with Sensatella on the mound. He's got a 7.23 ERA coming in, a 2.03 whip, 373 batting average against, a 390 BABIP for Sensatella. He's 1-10. The Rockies are 3-10 with Sensatella on the mound for the Nationals here in Soroka. 3-4 record, 5.14 ERA, 1.11 whip, 230 batting average against, and a 257 BABIP. Some respectable numbers from Soroka here, possibly. Man. All right, for Colorado here in this one, they, like I said, hey, they're hot. They've actually won 7 of their last 25 games. That's pretty good for for these Rockies. I'm trying not to yawn. Colorado has won 6 of their last 22 on the road. I say it like it's some great feat, but the truth is they've won 5 of their last 7 games on the road. So it's been a good run here right now. For Washington, they've lost 5 straight games coming in, including 5 straight losses at home. Washington's gone under in 7 of their last 9 games at home and 9 of their last 12 games overall into this one, although this one feels like there should be some runs scored. Colorado's gone over in 5 of their last 6, but these pitchers can't give you much confidence here with Colorado and Washington. I have a feeling I'm going to be taking another run line here today. Boy, he might well just run me off of the air with these run lines. Robert likes the Tigers back there on the run line. And Subhuman here today. Good to have Sub. Thank you. Here's Cash Kane. He's on the Nationals first 5, or maybe Nationals on the run line. I think I agree with Cash Kane. All right, Sub, he's going to bring us some boxing action here. It says Norman versus Sasaki will not go 10 rounds. I think this is Sub's play for some boxing here on Thursday. Thank you, Sub. Nats will get up and over this total themselves, says Cash Kane. Blues on the Marlins team total back there. Robert's going over in this one, and I'm taking my 3rd straight run line favorite. Boy, doesn't get much squarer than me right now. I'm going to go ahead and take the Nationals here in this one at -1.5. And what's the price here? Even money. In this one, okay. All right, gang, let's move on. Thank you in the chat. Blues in the chat, good morning. Nice to have you here. And Blue says, I don't sound happy. No, I'm mad. I mean, I had the Pacers last night in the big game, and they didn't cover. All right, next up, the Angels are taking on the Yankees with Kyle Hendricks on the mound going up here against Will Warren. In this one, you got a Warren, a big favorite here. And, hey, you know, he's had some success against this Angels lineup. But look what yesterday's game. I said it would be a high-scoring game. Look out for all the runs. Man, the Angels would be able – it was 1-0 in 11 innings, and only when they decided to put a runner at second base. A strange rule, apparently, where they say if you can't score in 9 innings, we're going to put a runner at second base in the 10th inning. What a crazy rule that is. We could have had a 22-inning game with no score. They just would not interfere with these dumb rules. All right, let's get into this one with the Angels on the road here, taking on the Yankees. Hendricks has a 5.20 ERA, 1.32 whip, 266 batting average against. For Warren here, he's 4-3 with a 4.86 ERA coming into this one. 1.36 whip, 236 batting average against, 319 BABIP. Showing the Yankees here about -250 or so. Whoops. Keep trying to look at the line service. Keeps vetoing me. All right, so let's see what you got here in this one with the Angels and the Yankees here today with Hendricks going up against Warren. You got Yankees here. They've gone under in 5 straight games. They've won 10 of their last 15 games at home. Yankees have gone under in 18 of their last 25 games overall. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. The Angels have dropped 4 of their last 5 on the road. They're also just 3-6 in their last 9 games against those Yankees. Angels have gone under in 6 of the last 9 here in Yankee Stadium. So let's see how you've got this one here tonight. I kind of want to, after I'm scared to take the over after what happened last night. All right. Cash Game says Yankees on the run line. Take the over here in this one. Yankees team total here for blue. Team total under for the Yankees. Chill Will says he's on the under in this one after seeing yesterday's game. All right, that's it from you guys. I'm going to try the over again here, maybe against my better judgment after what happened last night. But with these two pitchers, I just have to take the over 9 runs here in this one. It was Caboli here over Fonseca. Wrapping up a 3-setter just moments ago in a tight match. The Diamondbacks are taking on the Blue Jays here today with Brandon Pott on the mound, but going up here against Chris Bassett. For Pott here, he's 8-4 with a 5.37 ERA, 1.40 WHIP, 284 batting average against, a 309 BABIP here in this one for Toronto. Bassett comes in 7-3 with a 3.7 ERA, 1.3 the WHIP, 267 batting average against, and a 323 BABIP in this one. So Arizona here on the road plus $1.05 or so. For the Diamondbacks, they come in here having won 5 of their last 6 games overall, but they've also lost 8 of their last 11 games on the road. Toronto comes in having won 12 of their last 17. They're pretty hot right now. They've won 9 of their last 10 games on the road here. Toronto's gone over in 8 of their last 9 games at home. Arizona's gone over in 4 of their last 5 games against Toronto overall. Let's see if the chat has anything here with Arizona and Toronto here today. Gorky says the NHL series will end tonight. Cash Kane is on the over here. But blue is on the Diamondbacks team total over. Jays money line here for Nuke. I'm actually on the Diamondbacks here in this one today. I'm taking Arizona at minus, maybe plus $1.05. Let's see here. Yeah, about plus $1.05 or so. It looks like I'm going to take the Diamondbacks in this one. Next up, the Twins are going to take on the Reds here. David Festa against awesome Andrew Abbott. Here, Festa comes in with 1-1 record, 4.76 ERA, 1.32 WHIP, and a 244 batting average against for Abbott. Here, he's 6-1. The Reds are 8-3 with Abbott here on the mound. He's got a 1.87 ERA, 0.97 WHIP, 184 batting average against Abbott. Great numbers overall. He's been absolutely terrific, and I think this is probably a pretty good spot for him here against the Twins with the price of very reasonable $1.20 or so. Make sure of the line. Yeah, $1.20, maybe $1.25 now at I'm seeing at Bovada. here currently. So I'm going to move to the total, though, actually, here in this one. And I'm going to take the under in the game between Minnesota and Cincinnati. Cincinnati's gone under in 11 of their last 16 games at home. Now, 8 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Minnesota's gone over in 7 of their last 10. Reds come in having won 7 of their last 9 games overall. Minnesota's just 1-5 in their last 6 games overall and 1-4 in their last 5 on the road. I'm going to take the under in Minnesota and Cincinnati here on the show. And let's see what you guys. Well, Bo Jackson here today. He took the Blue Jays in that last one. And he's going to be at the game. It's Looney Dog night. I don't know if I want that. Yeah, maybe I probably would. And it's blue on the Reds money line. Here's Cash Kane, Reds first 5. Nasty Nate hit his RBI yesterday with Bogarts plus 225. And how about, you saw the game yesterday, of course, with Boston winning and the big deal. They all were celebrating because, hey, we won without Rafe Devers. And, not only that, is the man who replaced Devers hit his first major league home run in the same city that Devers did on his first home run was also in Seattle. 7 years to the day or to the month or something like that, to the series, I guess. I don't know. But I also, I hit my, I'm out of the contest, but I'm going to say that I hit my RBI yesterday too, only because it was the last play of the entire day on the baseball card. I had Nick Kurtz as my RBI play, and if anybody watched baseball last night and waited for the last game of the night to end, it was Nick Kurtz with that 2-run walk-off home run. I got my RBI winner on the last play in baseball yesterday, that walk-off home run. How about that? Robert McCormick has the Reds first 5. Nuke likes the Reds as well. Chill Will says take Festa over his 5.5 strikeouts here. I'm going to take the under in this one. All right. That was cool, man. I was I'm sweating the contest too much there, but I knew when he hit it, I had just at least cashed my RBI. All right. Next up, you've got the Mets and the Braves, and a big series going on here. Peterson going up against Schwellenbach for David Peterson here. He's got a 2.49 ERA, 1.19 whip, 235. Batting average against a 296 BABIP. Decent numbers here for sure. For Peterson, he's 5-2. Mets are 9-4 with Peterson on the mound. Spencer Schwellenbach's been just swell. 5-4 record, a 3.11 ERA, 1.00 whip, 225. Batting average against a 267 BABIP. Into this one. So I think we're going to get some pitching here. Now, the widely reported steam did come in on the over before the line service decided to go down for some maintenance, but the line here now 140. Better update that for the Braves. It's getting a little high, so let me take the Braves as my pick here on the show, since this line's getting a little bit high here. I'll make the Braves my free pick. Absolutely free. Here is blue, maybe on the under in this one. Cash Kane says, if I had a gun to my head, I would say under in this game. I'd probably just go for the gun myself. All right. Think that's going to do it. I'll take the Braves. Next up, the Orioles taking on the Rays here in this one. You've got Dean Kramer going up against Zach Littell. And, well, here we go again. Well, at least the Rays are a little bit favored here, $1.20 or so, 9.5. Probably not quite 9.5 under 20, but we do see some 9.5 under 15s. But it does feel like it's going up there a little bit to 9.5. And The old computer over here is screaming the Orioles today, but man, I just keep refusing to take these Orioles. Hey, I guess we're back online with Steam plays, huh? And hey, what is the first one sent out after the service was down? This may be, stored up here, but Houston and Atlanta Steam to the over here just moments ago. Uh, right now, the line in this one is up to 11 under 20, as we are seeing some steam here in the matchup between uh, Houston and Atlanta. Steam to the over tonight in West Sacramento. Went under last night for sure, even with that Kurtz walk-off home run. All right. Uh, for Zach Littell here, look, he's gone under he's 3-10 to the under so far this season. Littell's 6-6, a 3.84 ERA, 1.1 WHIP, 258 batting average against here, and I just can't take Baltimore, even though my maybe I've got to update my ratings a little bit because it keeps coming up with Baltimore, and I just can't do it now. A lot of my data builds in kind of the sentiment of what I think the Sharps are on, and I still think that they keep maybe mistakenly continue to take the Orioles. Feels like to me. Now the Rays pretty much crunched them yesterday, so. I guess I'm going to take the under right now in this game because I'm going to have to, kind of dice it up a little more here a little bit as I look at these numbers and kind of says here, take the Orioles. And, well, I don't want to do that. So give me the under here with Baltimore and Tampa Bay in this one. Maybe we can look at a few numbers with this matchup anyway with Kramer and Littell to put me over the hump a little bit with this total. 4 of the last 5 games for Tampa Bay here at home have gone under. 4 of the last 5 between these two teams have gone under. Baltimore's gone under in 8 of their last 9 games on the road. Baltimore's also won 8 of the last 10 games between these two teams in Tampa. Granted, they were playing in the other stadium previously, but yesterday the Rays won, so it was 8-1 before that. Baltimore has also won 11 of the last 16 games against Tampa, so maybe a little bit of the season series bias is in there with the Sharps a little bit, taking this Baltimore club, but I just cannot do it while these prices seem to be not rewarding enough for a team with such a poor record right now. I mean, Baltimore comes in here 30-41, Tampa 40-32, completely the opposite. Tampa has won 7 of their last 8 games at home. They've won 4 of their last 5 overall. So I'm going to take the under in this one with Baltimore and Tampa Bay. All right, the chat here got a few plays in this one. Let's see what you got. Rays for Nuke. Blues got the Dallas Wings to go over. Cash Kane says the baseball totals are high. They're all 8s and 8.5s and 9s, huh? Blue likes the Rays. Next up, the Cardinals are taking on the White Sox with Liberatore on the road here going up against Shane Smith. And the Cardinals here on the road, $1.45 or so. The total has gone down a little bit. Yeah, 8/20. That sounds about right. Could be 8/25 or so. For the Cardinals here, Liberatore is 3-6 with 3.93 ERA, 1.17 WHIP, and 257 batting average against. For the White Sox, Smith, he is 3-3, although the White Sox are 4-9 in his 13 starts this season. Still 2.37 ERA, pretty solid. 1.1 WHIP, 212 batting average against. He's been good. There's no doubt about it. But still just, there's on the Sox. Let's see how you guys have this one today. Could it be White Sox Day finally here against these Cards? I'll go to the chat and see what you have here in this one. But look, you're going up against Liberatore here, a left-hander, and you look at the White Sox overall, and some of these numbers doesn't feel like a great matchup, even though the record would show 6-10, pretty much right on line with what they do anyways. I don't think there's any negative correlation to them going up against a left-hander here. I mean, they've got their best shot when they've got a pitcher like Smith in there here today. All right, we'll go to the chat. See if we can buy a little bit here on the White Sox because the run line's only minus $1.35. So I'm going to try the White Sox here, plus a run and a half at home against the Cards today at minus $1.35. So much for underdogs today. Well, I mean, that's an underdog, but I'm still going to use the handicap here. All right, Tariq is on the Rays. Cash Kane says he'll take Smith first 5. In that one, Tariq will take the White Sox. Cardinals should take care of it, says Cash Kane. And Nuke says he still got to go with the Cardinals here. I'll take the White Sox on the run line here. Smith should have a pretty good game, and they don't hit that well. So I'm going to go with the White Sox on the run line. Next up is the Brewers taking on the Cubs. Here you've got Chad Patrick going in this one against Ben Brown of the Cubs. For Patrick here, he's got a 3.25 ERA, 1.25 WHIP, and a 3.03 BABIP. He's 3-6. Brewers are 6-8 with Chad Patrick on the mound for the Cubs and Brown. Brown's 3-5. The Cubs are 6-6 with Brown on the hill. He's got a 5.71 ERA. Brown's gone over in 8 of 10 decisions this season. He's got a 279 batting average against and a 368 BABIP. Brown does have some pretty good numbers, though, against some of these Milwaukee bats in limited results so far. For this young pitcher anyway. The Cubs come in here at minus $1.50 or so, and the total, I'm going to call it 9 under 20 here instead of 9.5. And that's because I'm going to go with the under. So I'm going to lower the line here a little bit, or at least give the worst line out, or at least the worst line when it comes to how low can you go. In fact, I'll leave it at 9 under 20. It is just a little bit higher, maybe 9 under 15, and even some of the books here are saying 9 flat. All right, Cash Kane doesn't like it. Nobody likes this game, it looks like, and I'm going to take the under here in this one with Milwaukee and the Cubs. Maybe I can give you guys just one more minute or so, see if anybody's doing anything with Milwaukee and the Cubs today. The Cubs have only won 11 of their last 13 games here right now. Pretty hot. The Brewers, though, have won 14 of their last 20. So 2 hot teams coming in. Brewers have gone under in 10 of their last 14 games overall. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these 2 teams have gone under, including 8 of the last 9 meetings here in Chicago between the 2 teams have gone under. So I'm going to go under in this one. Cubs have gone under in 10 of their last 12 and 7 of their last 8 under overall. Maybe this should have been a premium here, but I'll just take them right now because I'm already committed to it. Robert's on the Cubs here, minus a run. I'll take the under. Was that a premium just now? Tariq says, got rain. What are you doing, Ramon? The Cubs are at home. You better check the weather before you open your big mouth. All right. Smash the like, says Kane, and there's Stony Mob today. Wow, what a pleasant surprise to have Stony Mob visiting us. He says, take the Cubs on the money line and cash the bag there, and I'll look at that. Let me take a look at that Cubs weather report here. Wind blowing out to center just 5 to 7 miles an hour. Looks like the temperatures around 80 degrees. 45% chance of rain there at the start of the game, but seems like they'll get this one in. All right. Cubs lean under, says Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. Nice to see you today. The Royals are taking on the Rangers here. Seth Lugo on the mound for the Royals. Jack Leiter for Texas. For Lugo here, 3.18 ERA, 1.14 whip, 244 BABIP. Lugo continues to pitch pretty well. He's up against Leiter here, 4-3 with a 3.88 ERA, 1.24 whip, but also 232 BABIP. Good pitching matchup here in Texas. Need we say more? Texas about $1.35, 8.5 under now. Shaded here, at least $1.15, if not $1.20. You know this one's got to be headed under. I mean, come on. With Texas at home, why not? Texas comes in 500 record. Kansas City now 4 games under 500. Currently here. So let's take a look at some of these because Kansas City is on a pretty big losing streak right now. They've lost 6 in a row. They've also lost 5 in a row to Texas. Coming in, the widely reported steam came in on Texas. Texas has won 7 of their last 8 games. They're 5-1 in their last 6 games at home. They're pretty much on a roll. Won 4 straight. Texas has gone over and Texas has gone under in 7 of their last 10 overall here. And the price right now, Texas, let's see, $1.30. I'm going to take Texas here as my pick over Kansas City tonight. Give me the Rangers in this one. All right, Jermaine is here. Good morning to Jermaine in the chat. Jerry says Rangers and unders. Kansas City not hitting very well right now. Cash Kane says this has got to be his favorite under of the day. And Jermaine says this seems like a pretty high number for these two. Cash Kane will go under 6. Rangers and under for Tariq. Robert says under. This will be like that Yankees game, 1-0, says Cash Kane. I'll take Texas, but man, you know where I'm headed with this one. These are just the ones we just keep taking. Hey, if we lose, we lose. But you just got to keep going right now with these, these Texas under games, right? I mean, it's just, Texas at home against a team that doesn't hit. Texas doesn't hit. I mean, come on. No wonder they go under in every single game here, it feels like right now. Texas at home currently 9-27 to the under. They're 12-25 to the under as favorites. 23-48 to the under overall. These two teams are combined 51-90 to the under this season. Royals just averaging 3.3 runs per game. That's what the Rangers allow. The Rangers are averaging 3.7 runs per game, and well, that's what the Royals allow. Why wouldn't there be just 7 runs in this game? I'll take the Rangers, though. Hey, the Red Sox are going to take on the Mariners here after the Red Sox got it done yesterday there, right? In the game there against the Mariners. 2-0 behind Giolito, so that a road trip didn't really affect them too much there, the late road trip. For Walker Buehler, though, here he does come in with an ERA of 5, 1.38 whip, 306 the BABIP. Brian Wu, the more solid option here at this point. He's 5-4 with a 3.39 ERA, 0.98 whip, 224 batting average. Kansas at 256. BABIP Coming into this one for Boston here, they've won 6 in a row right now. 4 of their last 5 on the road. Seattle's actually lost 9 of their last 13 games. Coming into this one, Seattle's it's still $1.70, $1.80, ridiculous price, but Seattle's gone under in 6 of their last 8 games at home. I would expect some pretty good pitching here. Boston's gone under in 6 straight. Yeah, Bueller's got some ups and downs for sure, but man, Boston now 2 games over 500 with this winning streak. Mariners have still won 3 of their last 4 games overall coming in, but Boston's been the hotter team. Still, the line, $1.65 is a little high. Let me at least make it $1.75. Could be even a little bit higher than that. I really like the Mariners here, but I'm not too fond of the price. 7.5. The total, though, is mostly 7.5 under 20 right now. There we go. Let's call it that. And man, I'm going to take another. I think I'm going to take another run line here with the home team. Give me the Mariners minus 1.5 at plus $1.25 here. Boston's been hot. Hey, we were on them yesterday, but I'm going to favor the Mariners in this one, and I'll lay a 1.5 here. Okay, let's get another one here. Let me get the plays here. Oh, Nasty Nate's going to give us first, of course. Red Sox to smash in this one. Nuke says they're on a roll, but Cash Game's got Woo here. First 5 money line. And Jermaine says Sox team total under. They just can't score. But they got the runs they needed yesterday. It was more about the pitching. Nasty Nate says Wood here. What am I saying? Wood. Oh, Wood. Wood. Yeah, Wood. That's Woo's. Woo. There you go. Thanks, Wood. I was like, who's Wood? James Wood? Is it Wood from the Nationals? All right, I've lost my place now after that. A little funny. There, Nuke's on Woo. Mariners burned Tariq yesterday, but he'll go with them here. Money line's too expensive, yeah, for sure. But let's see. Jermaine says this may be a Boston spot again because of the price. I think that's what he's saying. Just still too high, and I agree with that. But I think I'm just going with the lineup here. Look, Bueller actually has had some decent success against this Seattle lineup. Nasty Nate's got the Red Sox here on the money line. And no one's going with Woo. Ron G. Jermaine's gonna woo. That's my favorite Woo song. And you woo. Who sang that? And you woo should be mine. Okay. I'll take the Mariners here. Let's keep it going right now with I've got the Guardians here next up. Let me find it here. I didn't. Okay, I got to finish the. For some reason, I don't have the Guardians line on here. On the Slade Ciccone World Tour here. Let me put the right line on here, guys. This is going to be $1.50, 7 over 20 here today with the Giants at home going up against the Guardians and Slade Ciccone. Here in this one for the Giants and Ray, 2.55 ERA, 1.11 the whip. 199 batting average against, a 267 BABIP here in this one. Ray is 8-1, and the Giants are 12-2 with Ray on the mound for Slade Ciccone. He's 1-3 with a 4.26 ERA in this one, 260 batting average against, a 303 BABIP coming in here. Yeah, looks like a pretty good pitching matchup, actually. I think Ciccone can also have some success here. Giants still pretty pricey number here at $1.50 or so, but I think they'll win this game. And, man, I'm going to be taking a lot of favorites here today. Cash gains liking the show. Jermaine says Ciccone to get hit pretty hard. Here's Jerry Davis. San Francisco first 5 and full game, and just Ray is just so solid here right now, and these Cleveland bats can sometimes go silent. It feels like so. I'm going to take San Francisco despite this high price, and I'll take them just on the money line to win here. 150 is okay, a little high, but what are you going to do here? Ray seems to be mowing them down. He's 4-9 to the under so far this season is poor old Johnny Ray. Cleveland has lost 5 of their last 6 overall and 6 of their last 7 on the road. San Francisco's won 8 of their last 11 coming into this one. 5 of the last 7 meetings have gone over, but I'm going to take the Giants here in this one. Man, we're really cooking here this morning, and got just a couple more games to go, and we're going to visit with the Astros and the A's here with Alexander going up against Sears in this one. You've got the Astros on the road here, $1.20, and the total, as I said, looks like it's all the way up to 11 here at some spots with Houston and Atlanta. Here today, that widely reported steam came in on the over, but hey, yesterday was an under, so could it be an under again here today? I don't know. I might trust this steam coming in here, actually, considering that Alexander comes in here with his first start of the season. He's just had 4 appearances with an 18 ERA. So Houston trying to piece together a little bullpen game here, it feels like today. And for Sears, he's got a 5.08 ERA, 1.25 whip, and a 265 batting average against here. Sears is 5-5. And he's 8-5 to the over this season because, hey, we are, after all, in Oakland, in Sacramento, where we'll have overs here probably. 6 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams have gone under, but that doesn't mean much when you're talking about these games in Sacramento. Even though yesterday's game did go under the total, still Sacramento has been home to a 22-14 record to the over so far. Houston here's won 5 of their last 6. Oakland's won 4 of their last 5 after yesterday's 3-1 victory. I should say a 4-game winning streak is really what it is for Oakland. Remember, they swept Kansas City. They took the first one here as well. So, man, I'm going to take the over here in this one with Houston and Atlanta and the Athletics. Didn't go over yesterday, so I'm just going to use as my free play here. But I like it over. And I'm going to stay over. Houston has gone under in 9 of their last 12 games on the road, but give me the over here in this one. All right, we've got one more, and, we really probably didn't do a great job at the beginning of the show. Didn't even talk about Shohei Ohtani. Probably tired of him, really, if you're watching all the sports shows this morning. He's kind of one of the topics outside of the NBA Finals, of course. And because of what the Dodgers went through yesterday and what they're kind of going through today, we don't even know, I don't think, who is pitching for the Dodgers. But it's going to be a combination of those same guys that we keep seeing here a little bit with Sauer possibly as the opener here or the start. I say opener. Sauer threw 118 pitches in his last appearance, so whatever the Dodgers need, um, he can provide them. It's kind of just weird that the Dodgers here don't even have really a starting pitcher in the first 3 games of this series. It feels like against the Padres, just going with a couple of bullpen games here, but the Padres, couldn't solve it yesterday with, Otani, the opener. Is what it felt like yesterday. Otani just went 1 inning before he gave way to Kasperius. So, the Dodgers are in a little bit of a predicament. I mean, Otani threw the 28 pitches. Banda was in there throwing pitches. Kopech was in there yesterday. Vesia threw pitches. Tanner Scott threw pitches. It was Kirby Yates that ended up with the save. It wasn't necessarily a quote-unquote save situation, so they kind of went with Scott then Yates, but they all threw. In fact, for the Dodgers, Tanner Scott, he's thrown in 2 consecutive days. Kirby Yates thrown 2 consecutive days, and Alex Vesia has thrown for 2 consecutive days as well. So there is a little bit of an issue here in the Dodger bullpen with the numbers game. Now you're going to see Sauer, you're going to see Trevino in there, probably Dreyer there, Robleski as well. Hey, these Dodgers know how to do it, but how are they 220 in this game? This is more, grab the Padres when you can get them as a dog, like I've been doing this whole time. So give me the Padres here, though, on the run line at plus 1.5 at minus $1.05. I can't pass here. I got to take the Padres. Oh, man, I don't even have the graphic up there. Sorry, guys. And that's the thing. I mean, look, I'll call it 200 just to be generous, but I think it is north of that. Total 9.5 over 15. Now, we had 9 runs in there yesterday. Let's go to the chat here, see what you guys have. All right. Let's see. Oh, Giants for Nuke Worker. Jermaine was on the Giants. I think I got those in there. Erwin Sim. Hi, Erwin. Thank you very much for your support. And yes, it was J.O. that sang the woo, woo, woo. How would I forget that? I mean, I like Jeffrey Osborne because you give me special joy. Oh, make me feel just like a school bug. Give me feelings of delight. Please hold. That was a good song. Okay, Tariq here, Dodgers run line. And Jerry says, Sauer and Robleski, give me the Dodgers. Team total over here. He likes those guys. And Vasquez, Jerry doesn't like the Vasquez number. I think he's okay, actually. I mean, 3.57 ERA, 249 BABIP. That sounds pretty decent to me. 3-4, 8-6 are the Padres when he starts. Vasquez is 4-10 to the under. Give me the Padres. Cash Kane says, go over. That's it for baseball. Thank you to the chat. Let's go to the WNBA with 6 games tonight, and we've got to decide the teams for the Commissioner's Cup, including here on the let me get it here. Let's go. Oh, yeah, we could do those songs all day, Nuke. You know I'm a big Casey and the Sunshine Band fan. Who didn't love Casey and the Sunshine Band in the summer of 1977? I certainly did. I always thought I was KC, and he's still out there. Now he can't bounce around the stage anymore. He just stays behind that keyboard. He's also enjoys his the food a little bit here. I think Jerry doesn't like the WNBA scheduling, but this is the last day of the Commissioner's Cup. I think they're kind of forced, or I think they wanted it this way to have the maximum number of games to maybe to decide the teams that are in. And so the first game is a big game because pretty much the winner of this game, I believe, is the champion of the Eastern Conference for the Commissioner's Cup. So the Dream will be taking on the Liberty here, and who would have thought it'd be the Atlanta Dream here with a chance to win this. Now the line is up all the way to 9 here right now, and the total 163. Atlanta's been absolutely terrific. That's kind of bizarre to me that the line keeps going up here. Oops. Oh. Here we go. That the line keeps going up here. I'm going to double down. Hey, don't forget, check out my WNBA show here daily, or over on the Tony's Picks channel anyway, daily. You can see some of my picks there already, but I'm just going to rehash one of them here because this line's gone up, and I like the Dream still. I'm going to take the Dream in this one, plus 9 points. I mean, Atlanta 3-1 against the spread as an underdog. Yeah, the Liberty are 4-1 against the spread at home, but Atlanta's 8-3 overall. They are the big surprise here. Now it's starting to make sense. They kind of made a push to go for it there a little bit, but this season, with the way they revamped their roster and made some deals there, obviously, but it's worked out. Both teams are 3-1 here right now in the Commissioner's Cup. Liberty are 9-1 coming in straight up. Atlanta's gone over in 5 of their 6 games on the road. They've also gone over in 3 of their 4 games as a dog. But the Liberty are 1-4 to the under at home. I think Atlanta can have a decent game here. I think New York has been awesome, obviously, here. Now with the one loss, though, this kind of throws a little bit of a quandary here in this one, as we're going to find out who is going to represent the Eastern Conference, and really does feel like the winner of this game will be the team that represents. Now, Indiana is also 3-1, but they need. Let me try to make sure here. The Dream, Liberty, and Fever are all 3-1 in the Cup standings with 1 to play. Atlanta and New York have sizable leads in the point differential tiebreaker over Indiana. So really it means that this team, unless Indiana were to go off and win, they could against Connecticut, but they'd also need this to be a blowout as well, and this one probably will not be. It'll probably be pretty close here. So this really is a game to determine the East representative. Watch out, Liberty. The Dream have been a big surprise. Liberty are good enough. They should win the game. I'm going to take Atlanta here plus 9. A little bit of extra preview in that one because it's such a big game, it feels like, here between these two. All right. And Jerry wants to give a little RIP to Brian Wilson. Wouldn't it be nice if we did that? You see what I did there? Cash Kane likes the Liberty. Jerry likes the Liberty. And boy, I wore out my Beach Boys 8-track tape, I tell you. The Nuke doesn't even know about the Commissioner's Cup, so he's like, no wonder these guys have a goofy schedule. Jerry's going to do a little dance and make a little love. All right. And Nuke says he just can't stand bad layups. Elijah Epperson. Nice to see Elijah Epperson in here once again. All right, I'm on Atlanta plus the points here today. All right, let's continue on. Well, in order here, but it's still give the Fever a chance. They need to win by as many points as possible. That could give them a little bit of extra motivation here. But look, the other game will kind of be going on. Let me see what the times are. I think, right, this one's at 8. Oh, no, those could be on at the same time. So it won't matter. The Fever will know that their assignment is to win the game by as much as possible against the worst team in the league. they also are off of revenge. They actually have a loss to Connecticut. Even though Connecticut is 2-8, they beat the Fever 85-83 as an 11-point dog. So extra motivation here. Look, the spread has actually gone up here to 17.5 or so from an opener of 18. I still would probably I am going to take the Fever. I got to make a play. This is the morning steam show. So give me the Fever here to roll. I think they will get a 20-point win or more here over Connecticut. Connecticut has looked very, very weak right now. They do have that win over Indiana in the they have a win in the Commissioner's Cup. I'm sorry, but Indiana 3-1 coming in. They're 4-2 against the spread at home. Connecticut is 3-7 against the spread. Overall here, I'm going to take the Fever and lay the big number against Connecticut. Continues to struggle. Here's Cash Cane there. And Jerry says, yeah, you know what? That was probably the last 8-track tape for a lot of people, right? I think that was it. And when that thing came out of the spool and I couldn't put it back in there and I cried as a little 7-year-old when my Beach Boys 8-track tape was gone. All right. The Cascade says, if the Fever beat the Liberty by 14, they should run the Sun. And that was, Fever back with Clark here. Looked terrific given the Liberty that loss. So, all right, I'm going to lay it 18 points. Next up is the Aces taking on the Lynx. This is also a big game just because it is the Aces and the Lynx, but no Asia Wilson, it looks like here again today. The spread on the screen is way off here, up to 13 here right now in this one with Las Vegas and Minnesota. It's gone up pretty high, right? Total here, 161. So now that Wilson has been determined to be out of the game here once again, the spread went up 4 points, which is kind of weird because seemed like the writing was on the wall that she was going to miss yet another game. I thought the 9 was accounting for the fact that Wilson would be in there. Now, anybody who checked out my show saw that I was already on Minnesota back when the spread was indeed 9. Went up here, and I think they'll be able to get this number, but man, it's getting a little bit high here at this point. So I'm going to actually take the under as my play in this game between Las Vegas and Minnesota here. It's gone down to 161. Give me the under tonight in this one. You wouldn't see a lot of unders necessarily between these two so far this season. In fact, Las Vegas is 6-4 to the over, and Minnesota, they're just 5-6 to the under. Not much there. They've gone under and they've gone over in their last 2 games. The Aces have gone over in 3 of their last 4, but I'm going to go under here in this one with Las Vegas and Minnesota tonight. Cash Kane says he'll take the Lynx -9. Fair enough. I have that line up there. It is 13 now, though, just to be clear. In fact, 13.5 here at some spots. And like I said, I laid the 9 as well on the show. You could have got that one if you were, playing it early enough. But, hey, I'll have to talk about this game as a 13-point spread. So I'll take the under here. I would think Minnesota should be comfortable here in winning right now. Las Vegas, there's definitely a problem with the team, especially with Asia Wilson out of the game. But even with right now the Aces, they're just not the same team, and we've got to just accept that until we see them. Right? Yes. Could they? Could they start to turn around? Well, it would be a big surprise. It feels like, right, if they did right now, because of the situation. Okay, let's continue on here with our WNBA 6 games tonight. So here are the Mystics taking on the Sky here in this one, and you have the Mystics on the road, favored now by 5. It continues to go up here against the Sky. Now, the Sky are coming off of a win over Connecticut. Granted, it was a game of two bad teams, but hey, I had a premium winner on the Sky in that game. This line has gone all the way up here to 5 now. It opened 3, and uh, I still kind of think Washington can take care of business here. Washington is just 4-7. The Sky's 3-7 here. Look, I want to try to get on the Sky a little bit here right now, but I just don't know if I still can. I still think I'm going to take the Mystics here in late 5. Gosh. My computer is saying Mystics are going to be the right side here. Maybe I'm holding on to the Sky just a little too long, but cash gain is on Washington on the money line here in this one. I'll just take Washington -5 here in this one. My instincts are telling me to think differently. I think Chicago still has something left in them to turn this around a little bit here. Look, I was first. I wasn't first, but I mean, I was quick to start to discredit the Sky early on. Haley Van Lith, she did have that very nice performance there, really taking to it. Here, you're going to need her after the injury situation there in Chicago. Thank you, Terrell. That is very confidence boosting there, and I want to start to move on the Sky a little bit. I'm going to try one more time with the Mystics here on the road. Just in this one day. Let's see what happens, and I'll be pretty steamed here if the Sky plays a great game. But I'm going to take the Mystics today. All right, next up, we've got the Valkyries taking on the Wings here. Valkyries 5-5, 7-3 against the spread. One of the best spread records in the league right now. And you have Dallas here favored by 3.5, maybe even 4. A little bit of resurgence here, a little bit of surge for the for the Wings here. Now that Beckers is in the lineup. Maybe they've looked a little better. I don't know. They're 1-11 and they're favored by 4 points. Are you kidding me? Give me the Valkyries here in this one. Now, you guys cautioned me. You guys were yelling at me, screaming at me in the chat. The Valkyries are losing all these players to the Euro competition. It was no problem. The Valkyries still went out there and did a pretty good job. So I've got to try them here for sure. It'll be tough enough for Dallas to win this game. They're 0-5 against the spread at home. So I've got to take the Valkyries here plus 3.5 points against the Wings. Dallas money line, though, here for Cash Kane. And Jerry says the line's 152 in that Washington game, I think is what he's saying. And Terrell says you get plenty of value here with the Valkyries, and Jerry says it's time for Dallas to get a win here. All right, one more in the WNBA tonight. It's the Storm on the road, favored by 9 here. It's actually down to 8.5. The Steam actually came in on the Sparks. Now, no Kelsey Plum, so this total's dropped here to 155 here. This one was as high as it was 163 when I did the preview of this game on the show here. But man, it's down to 155 here right now. And I'm just gonna take the under here. Look, I'm kind of already on record on a number higher than this. That definitely was available here, but down to 155 here in this one. Doesn't seem like much value here, but like I said, interestingly enough, the Sparks here took the Steam, but no Plum here tonight. So LA is 1-5 against the spread at home. So I'm going to just try the under, but we're all the way down to 155. It was as high as 163 I think it was 159 when we did that show, but here's Storm on the money line for cash game, and that's going to do it for the morning steam. Let me see what else we got. There's one other game. It's in college, or well, there's two games, but in college baseball, we have to get the other team. That's what it is. Use your words. The other team decided there. So look, the college. Other college game will resume between UCLA and LSU here in about 20 minutes to get your day kind of started here. And then Oregon State will take on Louisville later on here in the College World Series today. And I don't have a preview necessarily for this one or a pick right now. I'm going to actually – I'm sorry. Let me get this straight here. I got it here. All right. I've got the under in this one with Oregon State. There it is. I found it. Oregon – I'm just going to blow it off because I couldn't find my notes on it. But I'm going to take the under here in this one with Oregon State and Louisville here in the early – we'll call it the early game, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific here, with the current line is actually 210.5. I've been showing the run line here. Maybe I should do that instead, or at least recite the run line because it's -1.5 at -130 for Oregon State. Louisville obviously has done a pretty good job. All right, that's it. And Jerry says, how about that under 9.5? Can it hit? Cash gain. How about they got it done there on that run line yesterday despite getting no hit? That wasn't that amazing. That's it for the morning steam. Don't forget, put your ribeyes in the contest today. And don't forget to join Mikey Money at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific for pre-gaming. He'll have you there with the primetime action tonight. So, all right, that's going to do it here. Hey, you want more picks from me? Please consider subscribing to my picks over at winnable.com. Hopefully try to bring you some winners here in tennis today. We've been hot, but feels like we're a little mediocre here today so far, so we'll try to bring home some winners, but I'll have plenty of action today in Major League Baseball and a couple plays maybe in the WNBA as well. So please check me out for just 50 cents a day. We did have some good winners yesterday, and hey, I'm never going to try to change your mind. I just want to give you what I'm on. So can't sit here with you all day and give you plays, but you can get more plays from me directly to your phone. You can put on the notifications even and get those plays when you subscribe over at winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off the price. It basically comes down to 50 cents a day. So if you like this show and you think it's worth 50 cents a day, how about going over there to winnable.com and clicking on the button there to support me here on the Sports Money Network. I'll keep coming back if you guys keep subscribing. That's the way I've worked it out with Mikey, and I just want to see. It's just 50 cents, so it's not about the money. It's just see how many people are truly interested there. So looks like this. Go right on over there and click the pay button there, $3 a day, or hey, if you do the $5 for 3 days, I'll throw in a couple of extra days on there. Really just want to show you my appreciation. So, hey, really appreciate it, everybody. That's it for the show. Catch you tomorrow with more morning steam at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Don't forget, plenty of great soccer action today as well, including games in the FIFA Club World Cup about to get underway. Borussia Dortmund is going to be in action against Fluminense here in about an hour and 15 minutes. There's also Euro under 21 competition and CONCACAF Gold Cup tonight with the featured game between Honduras and Canada. All right, that's it. Catch you tomorrow. More morning steam for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.